Previously on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
When you look at the names, if this is how the stage is set, we are in for an exciting year of racing.
4 of the 8 riders featured in the 250 class have seen their championship hopes disappear.
Came in that season, obviously wanted to win a championship, and how the first race went was terrible.
All I could think of is when I didn't finish that race, Chuck Norris and George Bush were disappointed.
It's hard to every weekend be perfect and be the fastest guy on the track.
You go out there and win your first race, and really all you can do from there is, go down.
Out of the 4 remaining 250 riders, both Tyler Rattray and Dean Wilson have won overalls. But their efforts have been overshadowed by a pair of racers that have emerged as the main event. The first has been the most dominant rider this season, with a staggering 55-point lead. He is French enigma, Christophe Pourcel. The other is a blue-collared kid from Oklahoma. For the last 6 races, Trey Canard has chipped away at Pourcel's lead and mounted a charge of his own.
Trey Canard has come back. Here comes the 377 of Christophe Pourcel.
In the season finale, Trey Canard will attempt the greatest comeback the sport has ever seen.
If this is going to happen, I'm going to have to put my heart and soul in it.
Christophe Pourcel, his points lead is dwindling.
Last season, Christophe Pourcel was 25 points ahead in the series, with 2 races to go. A mechanical issue at Southwick was perhaps the most unfortunate situation a points leader has faced in the sport's recent history. Pourcel lost the championship by 3 points.
You always want to win a championship, but, we screwed up last year and we lost it. It's not going to change anything for the other championship that I'm going to try to win again.
The fact that Pourcel was even able to race in 2009 was a miracle. 2 years prior, he was paralyzed in a crash and told he would never race again.
He was involved in one of the most horrific accidents while he was over in the Grand Prix Series a couple years ago. Came back, has won some titles, and he's won many Motos.
Confidence is so huge in this sport, and Christophe has a ton of confidence when he's on the bike. He's really not intimidated by anybody on the track.
It is time to go racing! Here we go. They are off and into turn number 1, and it's Dean Wilson on the 108. Canard is taking over 108 of Wilson, so is Pourcel. And into the number 1 ride is Trey Canard. And right behind him is the 377. And Canard is starting to lose ground, probably 3 bike lengths now. Now the fight for the lead. We can see Christophe Pourcel as he goes up the hill. Christophe Pourcel has moved into the number 1 ride. He has just gone by Trey Canard. Right now, Canard is on the drive. Now they're only within 3 bike lengths. Here they go. The 377 machine holding on to the number 1 ride. But here comes the 38 special, the ice train. Canard trying to take him on the outside. And the crowd goes wild. And I'll tell you why. Canard is pulled him, but Pourcel is not done. Trey Canard has come back. He's got a half a bike length lead. Here comes the 377 of Christophe Pourcel. Pourcel is back beside him. They're almost side by side. Now he's almost able to show a tire. It is back and forth. Pourcel all of a sudden is back in that number 1 position. The checkered flag is out. And the 377. We understand now why they call him Superman. Hi, boy!
The season's pretty much routine. Like last year, usually we'll win the first moto, and then for some odd reason we have a bad second moto.
I'm fresh and I feel good, and I usually got a good start for the first moto, and then second moto I just never got a good start.
An ongoing struggle for Pourcel. Dominating first motos, but unable to hold strong through the second.
Our first moto winner, Pourcel, got squeezed pretty hard in the start here. Canard into that number 1 spot, back into the number 2 for 108.
I mean, Those guys ride good and they just on the gas all the time. And we pretty much get the same vibe.
Now we are seeing some bigger raindrops as they start to come down here, and it is threatening to really unleash Trey Canard. He's got to be careful. This track is going to get very slippery. It is pouring it down right now.
Pourcel has actually dropped back to the 10th spot. He is way off the game. Actually, he's got his goggles off now.
It is the 38 of Trey Canard as he crosses the finish line. And Canard has won it here today.
When you're the top guy, everybody's waiting for you to be like winning all the race. And if you have a bad weekend, sometimes you win the championship in a bad weekend and you're not even on the podium.
There's always that theory of having a DNF and losing a lot of points, but at the same time, guys in front of you are making up points, so you kind of got to pick and choose your battles, and I guess he didn't want to battle that time, or he didn't have enough energy. I tried to tell him all through Supercross he needed some swagger. He needed some swagger because he's such a humble guy that he doesn't want to be cocky. And I think that almost holds him back, where he's like, you don't have to be cocky, but you got to have enough self-confidence and believe in yourself that you're the man.
Last year at High Point Raceway, while he was leading the Moto, Trey Canard endoed on the base of a step-down landing and broke his wrist. The compound fracture was the end of Trey's season, his second season in a row ending in injury. Immediate surgery was required, and Trey began a 3-month healing process.
This sport is vicious, you know. The saying is that you're only as good as your last race, and honestly, that's true. I don't know how people didn't give up on me, to be honest. I mean, I kind of gave up on myself a few times.
Coming up next.
This is going to be one for the ages. Pourcel needs to make some moves. Canard is making up points in handfuls every week on him.
And Trey Canard is on a roll.
All of a sudden, I look to my left and see red number plates and green bike.
started to change.
Trey Canard was the fastest rider in the practice session today, and we are high atop this Washougal Mountain.
It's going to be the ice train. Trey Canard with the whole shot. Christophe Pourcel has a tear of the start moto #1.
And Canard is taking them all to task. He has extended his lead.
Pourcel needs to make some moves. Canard is making up points and handfuls every week on him. And all has Pourcel on board. Pourcel goes to the right, to the left, they get to the top of the hill.
Pourcel stays on the throttle, and Pourcel goes by. And Pourcel, the points leader. He wants a national championship here in the United States.
Pourcel's going to work on Weimer. Does he get the pass done? And Christophe Pourcel has got around Jake Weimer.
And Trey Canard standing on the pegs of his motorcycle.
How was that?
Christophe Pourcel was 9.6 seconds back. It'll be too little too late.
Got momentum. Yeah. I love it. Woo! Moto went just about as perfect as a moto can go. His whole shot to checkers. His first time in his professional career to win the first moto.
The man who has 2 overall wins in a row. He's closing up, taking bites out of that points lead. How about a big round of applause for the ice train, Mr. Trey Canard?
With an emerging Trey Canard, reality sets in with the points leader, Christophe Pourcel has lost 14 points to the number 38 in the last 3 motos.
Christophe Pourcel, his points lead is dwindling. Into the number 1 ride is Trey Canard, but it is now Christophe Pourcel.
Canard has that momentum, 2 overalls in a row. He won the opening moto, and he's slowly trying to inch away from Christophe Pourcel.
It's still Trey Canard as he is way out in front now, in excess of 5 seconds.
Canard has opened it up even bigger over the 377 of Pourcel.
Every lap, he's led them all here today. He is now almost 12 seconds up. The 38 out of Oklahoma has won again, and Trey Canard is on a roll.
This is the swagger. He just pulled 2 whole shots every lap. One going moto. Holy crap, that was awesome.
That's the best weekend I think that I've ever had racing in my life.
Now all of a sudden he's found that missing link and he's riding with confidence. And I think that's a huge thing.
It's just one of those races that you just look back and you just kind of smile and just know that that'll be something you'll remember forever.
What was that for?
Unadilla.
Unadilla Raceway. With a 38-point deficit, a championship for Canard would require a fateful mishap for Pourcel.
This is going to be one for the ages. Pourcel needs to make some moves. Canard is making up points in handfuls every week on him.
Still 38 out, so in order to get into this championship, we're still going to need a big mistake for Pourcel, if not a DNF.
Christophe Pourcel knocking at the door. Pourcel now has yielded the right of way to the Frenchman. Christophe Pourcel is on the deck.
All of a sudden, I look to my left and see red number plates and green bike.
After a good start in Moto 1, Christophe Pourcel crashed and DNF'd the moto, giving Trey Canard the opportunity he was looking for.
It would be nothing better for Canard to get a win here in Moto number 1 and capture 25 points.
Dead even coming off the top of the hill. And now back in front goes Barsha. Barsha grabs a handful. Canard goes to the outside.
It is Canard to the outside. Barsha gets stuck in a rut. Barsha goes down.
Justin Barsha loses the front and it goes down.
So the 38 of Canard has jumped in the number 1 position. The 38 of Trey Canard has won Moto number 1. He has gained 25 points on Christophe Pourcel. For the first time in history, it was 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Geico Power Sports team.
After Moto 1, Pourcel's lead was down to 13 points.
Christophe Pourcel, and had a DNF in Moto number 1, lost 25 points to Trey Canard. Unadilla is going to shake things up here this weekend without question.
It's going to be Trey Canard, Dean Wilson, shoulder to shoulder. Canard leads. He's still followed by Dean Wilson. Then it's Tyler Rattray. Barsha, here comes Pourcel.
So the tide is changing, and the Geico Blizzard is about to capture some more points. It's all about the championship.
We see the 38 of Canard, and here comes Christophe Pourcel. Pourcel is catching the 38 of Trey Canard.
Pourcel is now 1.5 seconds down. This is going to get interesting. There's a lot of 3/4 remaining. Pourcel goes to the outside, and Christophe Pourcel was able to get around the 38 of Trey Canard. Trey Canard is now just called it quits. He just took a mouthful of soil. Pourcel is going to take this win.
That moment at Unadilla, whenever Christophe went across the checkered flag and was absolutely stoked that he won. I mean, I don't say this in a bad way, but that's when I knew that things were coming around for me. When people were excited to beat me, when you see the guy that you fear and you kind of put up here, I kind of knew at that point that I was at least in his head a little bit, and that's when it started looking possible.
Coming up next, with 3 races to go, Trey Canard inches closer to Pourcel's lead. and a champion will be crowned in the final race.
The 377 still out the lead.
Pourcel trying not to repeat last year.
This could be a championship that comes down to the last stop. And here we go into turn number
1. Round 10 of 12, Southwick Raceway. Trey Canard smells blood and continues to push on Pourcel's 16-point lead.
And the 38th has now moved into the number 1 ride.
Mitch Payton a little bit worried about what's going on out there.
Christophe Pourcel looks like he will finish in that number 7 position.
I came out of Southwick with a podium, which was crazy, and I gained 3 points, which was special. And you know, going into Steel City, had 13-point gap.
This could be a championship that comes down to the last stop.
Side by side they are. A half a bike length lead is what Pourcel had. He's able to get a little more momentum there and able to barely hold on to the number 1 spot.
If this is going to happen, I'm going to have to put my heart and soul in it.
Pourcel, the 377 still out the lead. Canard trying a lot of different lines. He's going to the inside of Pourcel. Canard out in front right now.
To look back on battles like that, you don't really care who wins. You just see an epic battle, and it's exciting. And to be a part of something like that is, win or lose, it's special.
Pourcel is trying to not repeat what he saw at the end of the 2009 season last year, and that was to see that points lead that he had slip away, and not only slip away, but completely slip out of sight. One of the most epic battles we've ever seen here at Steel City in this 250 class.
Man, that was one of the races that was unbelievable, because he was on his game that day. There is a chance, you know, 7 points is not much.
Pala Raceway, the final showdown, and a champion will be crowned.
We got 2 motos left. It's coming down to 7 points between Trey and Christophe. If everything goes to plan, maybe we can get a championship out of it, should someone else beat Christophe. I think we just need him to finish 3rd one time.
The guy that I'm racing is a world champion, and a respected athlete everywhere. You know, you watch him, and it's impressive just to watch.
What am I losing, you know? I'm in the what? You're only 2 seconds off.
Canard has not only got to get around him, but he's got to get someone in between him if he wants any chance at all to win this championship here in the final 2 motos.
You know, there was people doubting me, and I was obviously doubting it as well. But at the end of the day, I came to the line, and all that was gone. And I was focused on what needed to happen.
And here we go into turn number 1. Dean Wilson up front. Cole Seeley, number 200, then the stylish Tyler Rattray. And here's the battle for the national championship. Come on! Let's go! Let's go! It is the 377 of Superman, but Canard's got kryptonite in his pocket. Christophe Pourcel shuts the door on the ice train, and Trey Canard cannot afford to finish behind Pourcel in any moto. We've seen the 377, there's the 200. And what happened to Canard? Canard is down, he is over a berm, and it's over. Stick a fork in it. Trey Canard has lost valuable position.
At that point, I was like, man, not gonna happen. And then the next lap, I'm like, you know what? Who's to say that it's not?
Shaky, but man, I hate to see a couple guys go down like that. Not really sure what's going on. You know, I don't know what's going on with the points or anything like that, but
you're now at an 11-point lead over Christophe Pourcel. What was going through your mind when you turned your head and you saw him down on the side?